I'm gonna eat my raspberries. While I'm waiting for the heat press to heat up so I can put some interfacing on some bags. My hair is super frizzy today. Yes, it is. But I'm doing lace bags for this update. Let's see. So I don't need to iron the lace because it's already ironed. But pink roses will go on the front and we'll overlay over this blue gold fabric. Now, the problem with this fabric is same fabric, but it fades from dark to light. So, which I'm just rolling with it because when I did the gray ones, no, the pink ones, they did the same thing. So, or was it gray? Might have been gray. But anyways, so I'm just rolling with it. So very unique. There will be some of those in there. I'm doing a large just to see how y'all like it. I'm not doing a lot of larges because y'all aren't wanting the larges lately. But yeah, also there will be 2 tote bags. Granted, these are not sewn on yet. The handles haven't been sewn completely on, or the bag's been sewn up, but they will be done. So we have succulent farm chucks. There's the bottom fabric. And then succulents on the inside. So there's one of them. Then the other one, because I haven't had gnome bags in a while, we've got flower gnomes. So there's the inside. Well, that's the inside fabric. There's the outside fabric to go with it. So, and this one's got a string on it. There. But flower gnomes will be in the shop. So that's what I'm working on. This is the inside of the lace bags. So I'll be back when my heat press is all heated up and ready to go. Let's see, there it is. Okay, change of plans. I am actually going to go out to the living room and get the ironing board and the iron out and use it because for some reason I started, and I might put that clip in, I don't know. I started and it like wrinkled it, and I've never had that problem before with it wrinkling when I put the heat press, when I use the heat press for the interfacing. So I'm gonna go do that in the living room then. Okay, and again, camera's not here where the red button is, it's there. You need to remember to look there. Okay, bye. I am ironing handles. Fun, but you like my itty bitty teeny tiny iron. I love it. It goes with my itty bitty teeny tiny ironing board because I don't like using the big iron to iron handles because I need to get my fingers up close, and getting my fingers up close, sometimes I get burned with the bigger one. So I like my little bitty one, and that was a lot of noise. So I am also doing the tabs for the D-rings. I love this iron because it heats up fairly quickly. Probably should have waited just a little bit longer. Yep, just a little bit longer. Got a new cup from Buc-ee's. Because if y'all don't know, if you're new here, I'm from Texas. Yeah. Gonzales flag is huge here. Part of our history. Back before we were part of America, back before we were our own state, after we fought against Spain with Mexico for our independence. Then we fought Spain for our independence. And next door neighbors are getting their yard done. And they have a service that comes and does it. It's a group home, but they don't use a lawnmower. They do the entire yard with a weed eater. I don't get it. Because they do their entire yard with a weed eater, and they don't catch any of it, all of their weeds and stuff, i.e. the vine weed, gets put into our yard. But anyways, back to the Gonzales flag. So the history of Gonzales flag, we had 2 cannons, and it was basically, if you want them, come and get them, because they were threatening to take them away, and we were not okay with that. We, being Texas, I was not alive back then, but that is the reason why the Gonzales flag is huge in Texas. So, and I know the controversy around it nationwide, That's not what they're saying it means, it's not what it means. So, it, down here is a celebration of Texas independence, basically. Yes, we're part of the U.S., but if we had our way, we wouldn't be. I mean, let's be honest. So, this is taking way longer than I think it should. But it always does. So anyways, we might do like fast forward through this, we'll see. Anyways, I like to iron the edges down, and then I will fold it in half and iron it again. So that way when I go to sew, it's easier and it stays straighter, and so yeah, and I do it with D-rings too, so it's not just the handles. But I like this little iron because I can do this in my office. And I don't have to get the big giant ironing board and iron out for something this small. And I definitely couldn't do this in my heat press. So. But there we go. One done. Got one more because I can get 3 tabs out of this for D-rings. And if you don't know what a D-ring is, that's a D-ring. So I will, ooh, I need to make that smaller. Ooh, I'm glad I checked that. Otherwise it's just gonna fold. So I'm gonna make these smaller. And them smaller. And then, once I do that, I will sew it up the edge. Then I'll put it through, measure out how much I need, fold it in half, sew across the top, and then trim. So that's why I can get 3 of these out there. But I need to make it smaller first, which is not hard. I just have to fold down the edges. Cord's getting in the way. If I put it that wide into the D-ring, then it would fold over and it would just look, it wouldn't look nice. It's not as neat as I would like it. Shook my desk just a little bit and some things were settling in it. But most of my bags come with D-rings. So because I tried not putting them on there because I was doing the wooden tags differently, y'all didn't care for that too much, so I've gone back to putting D-rings on. So The large lace bag is actually going to have handles on it instead of a zipper, so it would be more of like a tote. So, but it's not going to be as big as my totes are. Not sure what I'm going to call it, y'all. Let me know what you think down below. And it may not be in the update this time around because I have some purple fabric too and lace to do lace bags with those, so I might wait. But there we go, that's better. So, sew up these edges so it stays closed. Fold it over, sew across this, and then when I sew up the sides, it goes in the bag and I sew it up. But one done. Several more to go. What you got there, babe?
Galibri. We got a Galibri 1 textbook.
This one's super thrilled.
Ooh, look, babe.
I don't want to be on the YouTubes.
Wow. Yeah, Michael's super thrilled that the math book came in early.
Ooh.
He started the rest of...
one. Or lesson 1, addition and subtraction of fractions.
It's review.
Yeah.
He's super thrilled that he doesn't really want to be on, which is why I only panned him real quick and went back.
Yep.
But he
All right.
started the rest of his school on Monday. Are you going to go ahead and start today, or are you going to go ahead and wait? We're only doing 4-day weeks this year. So you wouldn't be behind, you just have to go Friday instead of being off. It's up to you because you do the math.
Might start Monday.
Give you a chance to look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. For those of you that don't know, we homeschool.
So we got a homeschool packet of, I guess, worksheets.
What?
Playing air hockey?
Yeah. You have to find the area of an air hockey table. We got test forms. Ugh.
Plus you have to keep a transcript.
Y'all, this is... no, I'm not allowed to say that.
What? That it's dumb?
I wasn't going to say anything.
It is.
Yes, but everybody needs to know it.
For what?
Because he has to have that. He has to have this because it is required by law in order for him to go to college.
So, required by law does not equal need to know.
Okay. He has to do it.
He has
Whether
to do
we
it. He does not have to know it.
And you never know, it might come in handy later in his life. His current choice of path, he will not need this. Hey, so I think yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. So yeah, I have the interfacing on. I don't remember what I recorded last. I think I recorded me pinning these. So now it's time to sew the lace on. So sew this on, top and bottom. One down. Many more to go. So, that's my day. I'm going to sew them all. Then I will come back and I will pin my zippers on. So, yeah, really boring. Don't think you want to watch all of that. So, I will see y'all later. Hey, y'all. Rosie had to come say hi. Yeah, she loves me being down at her level. Okay, go lay down. Go lay down. Yeah, now here comes Kiki. Rosie Lynn, no more. Yeah, here's Kikers. Yeah. Okay, go lay down. Oh, you got your paw stuck. So, we have come to the end of another video. So, I wanted to update y'all on my Le Pouf. So, Le Pouf. And I'm not just being silly. I don't know if it actually printed it out or if it ran out of paper and I didn't. Let me see if I can find it. Maybe. Nope. It's literally called the Le Pouf though. So, free pattern by Hedgehog Fibers. You can find it on Ravelry. It's spelled Lepouf. 2 words. So I've separated for sleeves. I have just started putting in my 3rd color. So this is what we're looking like so far. So there you go. I'm actually really excited to have another cardigan. I usually don't knit cardigans because I get bored really easily because there's not a lot going on with them. It's usually, or it's like cables or same repeated pattern over and over and over again. But this one, you change colors so many times. Hey, don't chew on the bench. So, yeah. But, my stash. This is what I have for DK and Aaron. I don't keep that big of a stash. So, and it's not like I wouldn't want to, but there's all the stash. All the way up there. That one's fingering in like single ply and stuff, and then fingering pink and purple, and then blue and rainbowish. And then that one is just DK and Aaron. So, and this is leftovers, like giant cakes of leftovers. But I got distracted. So, all that to say, I hope y'all have a great rest of the week. And the plan is that there will be another video on Monday. There will also be an update on Monday. The lace bags and some new totes will be in the shop on Monday. So, with that being said, God is good. Read your Bibles. Bye, y'all.